15-year or a 30-year mortgage? It sounds like a boring paperwork question, but hiding inside that one choice is $417,000. That's the real gap between two paths on the exact same house, with the exact same money leaving your pocket every month. And the winner is probably not the one your parents, your bank, or the internet told you to pick. I'm a licensed mortgage broker. I've watched people wrestle this choice for over 20 years. And today we're going to settle it with real math. The 15 versus the 30, with the difference invested in the S&P 500 at its long run average return. And stick around, because near the end I'll show you the catch that flips this whole answer for most real human beings. One quick note before the numbers. I'm a licensed mortgage broker, but this is education, not financial advice for your exact situation. Rates change every week, and the stock market comes with zero guarantees. Today's numbers are clean, realistic examples. So use this video to understand the trade-off, then make your call. One quick favor before we start. Tap that like button for me. It costs you nothing, and it generally helps this channel. Okay, here's today's matchup. Same house, same buyer, one choice. You're borrowing $400,000. As I record this, a 30-year fixed runs right around 6.5%, and a 15-year runs around 5.75%. And notice that because it's always true, the 15-year gets the cheaper rate, since the bank gets its money twice as fast. Now the payments. And I'm talking about principal and interest here. The 30-year cost you about $2,528 a month, $2,528. The 15-year cost $3,322. So the 15-year is $793 more every single month for 15 straight years. Here's the pitch we've heard for the 15. On the 30-year loan, you'll pay about $510,000 in interest over the life of the loan. Let that sink in. You borrow $400,000 and you pay the bank over $500,000 just for that privilege. The 15-year, just under $200,000 in interest. So the 15-year saves you more than $312,000. And this is where most videos and most well-meaning advice stop. Case closed, take the 15-year, right? That interest number is completely real, but it's only half the math. Because that $793 a month is going somewhere, either way. The 15-year plan sends it to the bank. The other plan will send it to the market. So let's race them fairly all the way to 30 years. Buyer one takes the 15. She makes that big payment for 15 years, owns her house free and clear at 15 years. And then because she's disciplined, she invests her entire old mortgage payment, all $3,322 of it, into the S&P 500 every month for the next 15 years. Now buyer two takes the 30-year mortgage. He pays the smaller payment, and every single month from day one, he invests $793, the difference, into the S&P 500. Never skips, not once, for 30 years. And for the market, we'll use its long run average, close to 10% a year over the last century, with dividends reinvested. So 30-year, both of them own the house free and clear. Buyer one, the 15-year buyer, is sitting on about $1.38 million in her investment account. Not bad at all. Buyer two, the 30-year buyer, has about $1.79 million in his investment account. Same house, same monthly dollars. The 30-year buyer ends up with around $417,000 richer. Why? Because investing, the years do the heavy lifting, not the dollars. Buyer two's very first $793 got to compound for 30 years. Buyer one's money spent 15 years locked up in her walls, earning her mortgage rate. And her investing career didn't even start until year 16. Time in the market beat the bigger payment. Real quick here, because that number is the whole reason why I made this video. If the math just surprised you, if nobody ever showed you the other half of this decision, tap that like button. And if you want more real math like this, hit subscribe too. Honest reason, this channel is still small, and every like and subscribe tells YouTube to show this to the next person about to sign whichever loan the bank slid across the desk. It's free. It genuinely takes a second, and it helps me keep these videos coming. Okay, now the fine print, because I promised you the catch. Actually, 3 of them. Catch number 1, that word average. The race I showed you assumed 10%. Run it again at 8% and the race is basically a dead tie. Run it at 7% and the 15-year buyer actually wins by $85,000. The break even sits around 8%. And here's the cleaner way to think about it. Paying extra on a 5.75 mortgage is a guaranteed return of 5.75. No bad years, no crashes. The market's 10% is an average, not a promise. And it comes with stretches like between 2000 and 2009 when the S&P basically went nowhere for a decade. Guaranteed versus hoped for, that's the real trade. Catch number 2, and this is a bigger one. The 30+ investment plan only works if you actually invest the difference every month for 360 times in a row. And I'll be honest with you, because I see people's real finances all day, most people don't. The car breaks, daycare goes up, vacation happens. That $793 quietly becomes a lifestyle. And then the whole plan dies in year 2. The 15-year loan has a secret superpower, and it isn't the interest savings, it's discipline. The bank makes you save, and you can't skip a month. The 30+ investment plan is the best plan ever written on a spreadsheet, and the worst plan in most real checking accounts. Catch number 3. Look at year 15, the middle of the race. The 15-year buyer owns her home outright. 0 house payment, bulletproof. The 30-year buyer still owes around $290,000. But now flip it, because early on, the risk runs the other way. For those first 15 years, the 30-year buyer required payment is $793 lower. If he loses his job in year 6, he's got a smaller bill to cover, and his investment account is liquid. He can sell shares to make the mortgage payment. Her extra money is locked inside the house. And here's the ugly part. Banks don't hand equity back to unemployed people. So if the 15-year is riskier earlier and safer late. Know which of these years scares you more. Now, here's the move nobody tells you about. The broker's answer. These 2 loans are not symmetrical. You can pay a 30-year like a 15-year, but you cannot pay a 15 like a 30. Take the 30 and month to month, and any month you want, send an extra $793 straight to principal. No permission needed. Do it every month. And this exact loan pays off in about 16 years. Just 1 year more than a 15-year mortgage would. That one extra year is the price of that higher rate. And what it buys you is an escape hatch. The month life gets ugly, you drop back to the smaller payment, and nobody can say a thing. The 15-year has no escape hatch. The payment is legally due in your best month and your worst month. And this is exactly why real estate investors, including basically every DSCR borrower I work with, take the 30 almost every time. Cash flow and flexibility beat a paid off date. And if the rental side of this is your world, I wrote a book on these loans. It's called DSCR Loans Made Simple. It's on Amazon right now. The link is down in the description. So let's make the call. Take the 15 if debt generally keeps you up at night, and you already know deep down that you will not invest the difference. If you're inside 15 years of retirement and you want the house finished before the paychecks stop, or if your income is rock solid and the bigger payment doesn't crowd out your other savings. Take the 30 if you'll automate the difference into the market the same day the loan closes. And I mean automate it, not promise it. If your income moves around and you need breathing room, if you're young with decades of compounding in front of you, or if the property is a rental where cash flow is the whole game. So here's my honest answer to 15 versus 30. On the spreadsheet, the 30 plus win investing wins by 417,000 at an average return. But the spreadsheet assumes you're a robot, and you're not. The truth is, this was never a math question. It's a mirror question. Whichever plan you will actually follow on autopilot through the boring months and the scary ones, that plan wins. Automate the difference or let the bank force it. Both of these people end up wealthy. The only loser is the one who takes the 30 and spends the difference. And remember, this is education, not personalized advice. Rates have moved by the time you watch this, and your situation is yours. So run your numbers before you sign anything. Now, before you go, I'm going to ask you straight. If this video just changed how you'll make a six-figure decision, hit that like button for me and subscribe to the channel. I don't say that as a throwaway line. This channel is still small, and every single like and every subscribe tells YouTube to show this math to the next family sitting at the kitchen table, about to pick whichever loan sounded responsible. That family might be one you know. So if I've earned it, tap it, hit the subscribe, and drop me a comment. Which one are you taking? The 15 or the 30, and why? I read every single comment. I'll see you in the next one.